Jungkook couldn't move on when Taehyung left. New facts appear. Is it true that a world-class idol who is known to be tough, strong, and always appears full of charm on stage turns out to have the deepest wounds that he cannot hide? The world was shaken when news emerged that Jungkook, BTS's golden mean, couldn't hold back his tears when Taehyung had to leave. But what's more shocking is not just the crying, but the new facts that emerge behind the emotional moment. Facts that make many people start to wonder. Is Jungkook and Taehyung's relationship much deeper than just group mates? Big questions began to arise. Why does Jungkook look so devastated when Taehyung isn't by his side? Is it simply a bond of friendship that has been built since their teenage years? Or is there something more emotional, more personal, and even more controversial? Amid the spotlight of a world that never stops watching BTS's every step, this little farewell moment actually reveals Jungkook's rarely seen human side. Imagine a Jungkook who always looks strong on stage, with a melodious voice that shakes the world, an athletic body that becomes the new standard of beauty, as well as charisma that makes millions of people fall in love with him. However, behind that sparkle, when Taehyung had to step away, there was a silence that tore Jungkook's heart apart. Fans who witnessed the incident on various recordings and live reports of certain events admitted that they could not hold back tears. Many of them said, "We've never seen Jungkook so messed up, he really can't move on." Is it true that Jungkook can't move on? Did Taehyung's departure create a huge void in his life? The new facts that are now sticking out make the controversy even hotter. Some witnesses mentioned that after Taehyung left, Jungkook became quieter, daydreaming more often, and some even said he spent hours just staring at his phone. Is he waiting for a message from Taehyung? Are there secret communications that are not known to the public? Or is it the other way around? Jungkook is completely lost in the absence of his best friend. The story was further complicated when Korean media began to associate the moment with their long friendship journey since trainees. Jungkook, who was young at the time, was often said to be the closest to Taehyung. They shared laughter, dreams, and sorrows that were never known to the public. And now, when time calls for them to be separated for a while, the old wounds seem to open up again. ARMY fans who have been following their journey for a long time began to speculate. Is Jungkook really unable to move on because Taehyung is part of his deepest identity? More surprisingly, an anonymous source from the entertainment industry revealed that there was a special habit that Jungkook and Taehyung always did before going to bed when they were still living together as trainees. Reportedly, they made sure each other was okay with a simple sentence. "Today you are strong, right?" The sentence may sound mundane, but for those who experience it, it is such a deep form of affection, irreplaceable by any fame or award. So when Taehyung left, did that phrase disappear from Jungkook's life? Another new fact emerged from fans who follow BTS's schedule abroad. They captured the moment when Jungkook looked pensive behind the stage, looking down, as if holding something back. Some even described his gaze as blank, as if his body was there, but his heart was floating somewhere. And more people believe that it all has to do with Taehyung's departure. Is it true? Has Jungkook lost an important part of himself? The controversy further heated up when some entertainment industry observers revealed that Jungkook and Taehyung's chemistry is often considered one of BTS's biggest strengths in building rapport with fans. But now, when the two have to separate, there are those who say that this can be a fragile point for the group. Does this mean BTS will be shaken by just one emotional connection? Or is this the real proof that BTS is not just an idol group, but a family that depends on each other? Even more emotionally, fans on social media began to write down their personal experiences of loss. They said they could feel what Jungkook felt. Losing the person who was always there for you, who always made sure you were okay, is not easy. Jungkook is not just an idol. He is a human being with a heart. If she cries when Taehyung leaves, it's not weakness. It was strength, because he dared to show his honest side. Wrote one of the ARMY in a viral post. What about Jungkook himself? In some interviews, he rarely expresses his deepest feelings. But there is one sentence that he had said and is now in the spotlight. "I feel empty if the people closest to me are not around me." That simple sentence is now interpreted by many as clear evidence of how valuable Taehyung is to him. Will Jungkook be able to move on? Or will he continue to carry the wound for years? This new fact reveals one important thing. Jungkook may be a global superstar, but underneath it all, he is still a human being who can feel loss, longing, and an inability to let go.